Hello, hello, hello. Hello, ¿cómo estás? Wagwan. Shout out to all the royalties. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a little minute, but as you know, I've been studying and trying to figure out how to do this video podcasting, and I figured it out. So you know what? Okay. Like I said, I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a little minute, but we're gonna dive into this. We're gonna just jump right into it. We have a few topics to discuss today. We're gonna talk about the courts banned on on abortion medication. We're gonna talk about white supremacy, toxic masculinity, and then we're gonna give a few shout outs at the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This episode is called Contours of Change. Um, I haven't really been in too much of a great mood recently because there has been some snakes in the grass in the yard. Um, and people indirectly trying to sabotage me. But nevertheless, I am here to give you guys an update on a couple of things. So I have my notebook here. I took a few notes. Can you guys see me good? I feel like this lighting isn't really great. Hold on. Hopefully that has some bit to it. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, kind of. Okay, so I have my notebook here. Took a couple notes or whatever. So we're just gonna jump straight into it. So, as of August 17th, the Fifth Circuit issued a decision threatening medication abortion access that lacks any basis in law or science. The ruling would drastically impede access to mifepristone, a medication used to the majority of abortions in the U.S., and while the court did not withdraw approval entirely, if allowed to take effect, this decision would wreak havoc on access to abortion and will undermine drug development and innovation processes for other essential medications. Now, I'm reading this from ACLU. These are not my words. I want to reiterate and stress that these are not my words. So I don't want to get founded for plagiarism. I'm stating what I read in the email sent to me. And then also on Facebook and Instagram, I will share the link. That way you guys can also what's it called? I'm having a brain fart. You guys can also sign the petition as well. That way, we can so you can use your voice and make an effect, a change. Where was I? At a time when access to abortion has already been devastated by the overturning of Roe, this decision has the full potential to further decimate people's ability to get an abortion in every state in the entire country. Now, this is why I am bringing this to your attention, because it's not right, and it goes against our rights as human beings. To be clear, this outrageous decision does not change the availability of mifepristone right now, and the decision remains on hold while the case works its way to the Supreme Court. That's why I'm going to share this on my Facebook and on my Instagram. That way, you guys still have the ability to sign the petition. Unfortunately, however, this case will be before the same justices who overturned Roe v. Wade last year. This is just the next step in abortion opponents' plan to try to ban abortion nationwide. Now, this is a topic that we discussed in one of our previous episodes. And I'm bringing this up again because it's not banned nationwide yet, and also why I'm going to share this on Facebook and Instagram. That fact alone means we must be louder than ever about this royalties. This case puts medication to abortion, currently used in over half the U.S. Abortion medication, at risk nationwide. We can and must continue to let all courts know where we stand and that this is unacceptable. The ruling in Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine v. the FDA, blocking FDA approval of mifepristone, is unconscionable. Mifepristone, approved 23 years ago and used effectively by millions for medication abortion, is perfectly safe, but anti-abortion extremists are attempting to use the courts to ban an abortion nationwide, even in states that have legal protections against abortion access. This is why you must join me in the ACLU and others across the U.S. in urging courts to reverse the harmful decision and uphold the law. I remember before last year, I had brought this across people's attention. I shared it on Facebook. No one really took heed to what I was saying and signed the petition, which kind of upset me. But however, nonetheless, that was last year. That's in the past. So we're circling around and viewing this topic again. So I'm going to post it on my social media so you guys can do that. Now, I wanted to talk about white supremacy, or the lack thereof. On August 5th, in Montgomery, you guys, I'm pretty sure you've seen what happened on social media, or if you haven't, there was an incident with the ship crew, the driver of the ship, and another. It was a ship docking issue. I'm just gonna say that. And these people were trying to attack the driver of the boat. Well, being in the wrong, people came to his defense, and there was an entire brawl. It's kind of funny because, well, not really funny, but it's ironic how quick people are and how fast things spread in the media, or rather on social media, because like the day after or a few days after, I was just scrolling on TikTok and I was hearing about it. I was like, what's going on? Like, what are people talking about? So then I ended up looking it up and figuring out what was going on or whatever. But I came across this video. I just seen it was 444. Don't know what that's supposed to mean, but thought that was really dope. I had to mention that. I came across this video and people already came up with a song about it. And I thought that was really interesting and unique. I don't know who needs to hear this, but white supremacy is coming to an end. I don't know why y'all think, not you royalties, not melanated folk, I don't know why you guys think that it's okay and think that we're just going to continue to allow, like our ancestors, you guys to walk all over us and disrespect us. But in a time such as this, after the pandemic, babe, just be careful out in these streets. That's all I gotta say. Be careful out in these streets. And one thing I always say: be respectful of other people. Enough said about that. Moving forward. this may be a short video because I'm kind of going over this pretty quickly. There's some other things I wanted to get into. There's a lot on my conscience. And also, also, I'm alone. So, our next topic is going to be toxic masculinity. Something that's not really talked about like it used to be. Toxic masculinity. Do you guys know research shows that toxic masculinity results in isolation, mental health, strenuous relationships, and perpetuation of gender inequality? Hmm. Also, it proves that um, it proves some emotional instability, such as aggression or dominance, and suppression of vulnerability. Um, this has a direct effect on society because, one, it deals with our women, which is, we dedicated an episode to women called Women Empowerment and Women Empowerment Extended. I know you worked in that text. Um, because then it also said that I didn't get to write that down, but um, this causes men to become abusive, um, mainly to women, but physically abusive. And it also said that something about leading to rape, which is it's not healthy for one, but it's a big problem, especially the R word. It's a very big problem that we that we witness in America, that they just kind of, sweep under the rug. And it's not okay. I remember speaking, I don't know if I mentioned it in the podcast or if I was just speaking directly to someone, but I don't want to word this. That's something some people in my family have experienced, and being around these particular women have kind of shaped and molded me to who I am, why I'm wise, and things like that. But also why I'm strong-willed and a warrior. My whole family's a warriors. Um, Ooh, that just made me think of something from the other day. Um, it's made the women certain women in my family very strong, but in society, when they come across a strong, independent black woman, they see her as aggressive. Or sometimes through conversation or how things are handled, they see her as aggressive, but she's not aggressive. She's just strong-willed, and won't for one settle for disrespect or settle for less. She knows her worth. Know your worth and that tax. Wagwandam. Also, I seen somewhere in my email. I don't know. Oh, actually, I do remember why. Okay. I seen somewhere in my email, and I kind of wanted to share this with you guys. Kroger earns top score in Human Rights Campaign Foundation's 2022 Corporate Equality Index for the fourth year in a row since 2018. I thought that was really neat and dope. Some of the things we don't really see in social media or in the media rather, because in the news. News likes to spread negative things, and it's very depressing, and it brings down your vibrational energies. But this is why I started my whole podcast, is to share certain things that aren't shared in the media, or that goes unnoticed, and bring it to your attention. That way I can just give you information, include you guys in on it, and uplift your spirits. Now, excuse me, you have to excuse me. I'm dealing with a cold, summer cold, ironically. You can hear me sniffling. Last but not least, I wanted to give shout outs to certain individuals, specific individuals, some people who are on the team, some who are not, some people I just recently met, and other royalties. So without further ado, shout out to Sean. I'm gonna butcher this last name probably. Sean Sapra, I believe it is. Sean Sapra and Grace, two individuals who extended a gift to me in a difficult situation a few weeks ago. Shout out to them. That's Sean and Grace. Thank you so much. God bless you. I told you guys I would mention you in the podcast. If you guys can, on IG, follow Sean Sapra. I probably will include it somewhere in the description or whatever, so you guys can follow him, just because of what he did. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Thank you so much. Blessings and peace to you guys. Shout out Kroger for being, for the fourth year in a row. Earning the top score in Human Rights Campaign. Shout out to ACLU for always sending me emails and keeping me included on what's going on in our government and in a legal aspect or whatever. Shout out them. Shout out Maria Zatiz, mother. Shout out you. Happy birthday, love. I love you so much. I miss you so much. Shout out to you. Happy 33rd. Wagwandam. Shout out Charles, the photographer. That's a special individual that's a part of my team now. We've been working on a couple of things. I'm just gonna say that. Shout out to my sister, at Goddess Tia on IG. That's at Goddess Tia. Shout out to her for making the flyers for the podcast. Love you so much for that. Shout out to Maya Crowell, one of my high school friends who opened her doors to me, and a close friend of mine. She did not have to do that. It just warmed my heart so much. Promise you. I told you guys I was going to make a list of my royalties of individuals who, when I make it, are going to get a piece of the pie, which was one of our last episodes. I don't think I posted it on the podcast, on Anchor. I'm not sure if I did that or not. I know it's on Facebook, but that was the last episode, was Pieces of the Pie. But I told you, when I make it, I'm making a list of people who I consider royalties, who've done certain things for me and went out their way when they didn't have to. blessed me in the utmost, just when they didn't have to. That's all I'm going to say. And they're going to get a piece of the pie. So shout out to Maya Crowell. I love you so much. Hope you're doing great and well. Also, shout out my brother Make Enough, or brother Jack. You guys will, you guys will hear me call him that more often if he joins the pod or what have you. Whenever I'm talking about my brother, that's brother Jack, or brother Make Enough. So shout out him just for everything. Yeah, you know what, Guan. Shout out Victoria, one of my ex coworkers. Me and her had a really good vibe. We worked together on third shift. We used to chit chat and connect with each other. I also told you, if you're watching this or ever will watch this, but I also told you that I needed you for for my editor for the podcast, because editing, guys, shout out to any of you who does editing. That shit is a job in itself, a job and a half. But yeah, shout out to Victoria. Shout out best friend Taya Wagwan. I love you. I got a position open for you when the time comes. I miss and love you so much. Shout out Tay Tay Tompkins. Wagwan Dem. Oh my gosh, she is so funny. That's one of my high school friends. Added her to the royalties list just because she's always showed me love since day one. That girl, that gal, man, I love you so much. Shout out Gabriel. I also added him to the royalties list just because he's cool as fuck, down to earth, and real. Also one of my ex coworkers as well. Shout out Rose, Big Rose, what guan damn. Shout out to Rose and the Key family. I shouted them out in my freestyle. That's on YouTube. I love you so much. That's my lover. We call each other that. It's an insider. Shout out to Lover. Love you so much. She's always been there for me. Always said I got that it factor. Always told me that follow my dreams, never give up. Do what you're gonna do. You're going to make it. She says she sees the light in me. Shout out her for always just being real and authentic. I love you so much. And give a hug and kiss to the babes for me. Love you guys so much. Shout out to Anna Rosa, Annie, for just being authentic and genuine. And more things I won't get into, but I love you so much for that. Shout out to Viv, one of my ex supervisors. She's real, genuine, authentic, down to earth, funny as fuck. Funny as fuck. She needs to become a comedian. Viv, if you ever see this, you need to become a comedian. I promise to God, you will make beaucoup of money being a comedian. I promise that. Shout out to Viv. Shout out to Team Security and the whole Team Collective. Just for giving me a second chance and offering me a position with you guys. Shout out Chris Daniel for inviting me out to the open mic, for being genuine, authentic, being real. We always talk here and there when we can. For giving me that book. I've read a few chapters of it. I need to get back into it. But shout out to you for all that, teens. Hopefully you will join the team, join me and my team when the time is right. Shout out to All Faith Community, community services. Shout out to them. I've been doing some things and working with them as well. And shout out to Phoenix, CFTA, Center for the Arts, for all the arts that they are involved in, and or just having me. Wagwandam. Yeah, that's about it. I touched every topic that I wanted to touch. No, I did not. No, I did not. I apologize. There was a last topic. Once again, shout out to all of y'all in the Royalteas. Love you guys so much. But there's one more topic I wanted to touch and talk about real quickly, which is the homeless and homelessness in America. It's outrageous. Since I moved here, no, before that, let me back up. When I went with a friend of mine to LA, I remember just we were at the beach, or no, where were we? I don't think we was at the beach. We were somewhere. I can't remember. But I remember like we were just walking around or whatever, having a good time, and I'm not sure if it was I forget what they call it, but I can't remember if it was the famous road or whatever or not. But I remember just walking up the street and there was just like tents everywhere, bags of clothes, little like carts of clothes and everything. People just like camping out. Well, not really camping out, but they were homeless and just like out in the streets. And it was just like just all up that street, the entire street, next street, around the corner, and it just blew my fucking mind. I was just like, oh my god. It was really shocking because I never would have thought. I mean, you hear about that, but actually witnessing it was just like, wow, what the fuck. And then here, where I'm at, you have a lot of people that's either homeless or on the streets or whatnot, and it really breaks my heart, and it touches my spirit in a different way because that's something I've always wanted to do. One of my passions and why I do everything that I do concerning my company is to not only give back to the community, but to really help those that are in need, i.e. people who are homeless or on the streets. Guys, I'm going to start a fundraiser soon. I don't know when. I'm going to start a fundraiser. I really need you guys to help me out with it, to raise funds, to be able to jumpstart my company first of all. But in doing so, I want to give back to the community and help the homeless and help those in need, people on the streets or whatever, and just give back to the community. That is something that has always been something I wanted to do since I was a little kid. Is just give to the less fortunate or people in need. I'm working really, really, really hard to put together my business plan. That way I can present it to investors and to the people at my bank, because I want to try and get a loan. But really, I want to start a fundraiser because my credit's really not that great. And it's better to connect with the community, and we all come together collectively to put money towards a fundraiser to be able to do this. That's a part of my business. In the description of my business plan is to give back to the less fortunate and people in need. Whenever I get that up and running, I will get on here and tell you guys about it and let you guys know where it's at. But please spread the word and help me out with that. That's something I really, 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 really want to do. That I'm die hard about. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Contours of Change. That wraps up everything concerning it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I love you guys so much. Hope you guys are doing great. And until we meet again. Oh, also on Spotify, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Give me 5 stars. Like, follow, all of that. Tell your friends, family, and peers, people at your work, co-workers, and all that. Family and friends. Spread it on your social media. loyal royalties. I love you guys so much, and till we meet again, peace and blessings.